Alright guys, I am out here in my front yard. I'm never out here and it's pretty freaking nice. They're building a house. They're building a whole bunch of houses. They almost finished one right there and they almost finished one down back that way. And to be honest, they're going to be like hammers and stuff throughout all my videos this fall because there's houses being built everywhere. It used to be just me and the coyotes up here on this mountain, and now it's me and a bunch of people, and I'm sure going to miss those coyotes. Alright, that last preseason game, I know you like, because you're like me. You're deep in thought after that last preseason game. A lot of your excitement was mulled because of a few concerns. And I tell you what, it's not the concern at safety, because when cuts come around, you can find an athlete and put it back there that can be a band-aid on your secondary or whatnot. I feel good with our secondary coach, Marinelli, with the defensive line. He'll have those guys ready, whoever he deals with. The tight end position, I think we can do things in our offense to cover the fact that we don't have a tight end here and there, blah blah blah. But there's two things that really bothered me with that last preseason game moving forward against the Bengals. Moving forward could be a big problem. And one is backup quarterback. I said that in my video after. That's pretty big because of the situation we're in right now. Now, Cooper Rush did not play well, and I am very, very scared to go in the season with him until I see him at least play well with the ones. You know what I'm saying? Against the ones, or whatnot. So hopefully, I don't think Dak is going to play this way. If we're not going to have Fred and Zach, then don't play Dak. Period. Because we don't need Dak getting hurt the preseason game. So we should be able to see a lot more of Cooper Rush. And if he can't do it again this time, then it's gonna be some issues at backup quarterback. Because I know I was over at the Zone. I've been lurking around, listening to it, watching as many opinions as I can. And a lot of people were saying, Cooper Rush, if he had the blocking, his blocking was horrible, blah 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 blah. And while that's partly true, we are going to need someone that's going to be able to, like, I'll give you a good example, Tony Romo. When we had Drew Bledsoe, some of you guys remember, this is a history lesson for others that don't remember this, but when we had Drew Bledsoe at quarterback, Drew Bledsoe still had a nice arm. Everything was okay with Drew. Drew's head was all right. Everything was fine with Drew. Only thing wrong with Drew, Drew couldn't move. So when the pass rush came, Drew was Frankenstein. He was a statue, and an old fiery Shango was like, I don't like statue quarterback. Bring me Romo. Bring me Romo. And when Romo came into the game, even though he didn't have that arm yet that Bledsoe had, Romo could extend the play. He could get the ball down the field. It's things that Bledsoe just wasn't able to do. Here's a concrete truck. I told you guys, just be ready, because it's gonna happen all fall. I was making a video there. All right, but Bledsoe was a statue quarterback, and as soon as Romo got the ball, he was able to extend plays. He was able to, avoid rushes and all that kind of stuff, and it helped us out tremendously. And you saw that as a backup quarterback, even with that bad offensive line. So I wanted to see a little bit more from Cooper Rush, even though he didn't have that blocking, because if something happens in a game, this is my problem, is our offensive line. Zach is going to be fine, and I know we were because I know you were when we found out Zach was going to be okay. He's going to be ready by week 1. But then, he's still going to get things looked at and going to a specialist. Then you got Frederick that's going to a specialist right now, and it's just I'm optimistic on both of those guys, but just in case, if we don't have those guys, and we know the situation with Tyron last year and how much he was missed without him, and how much he can be missed again if those injuries come back. If we are injured, especially in the middle of our offensive line, then that puts a whole lot of pressure on Dak Prescott, because he's going to be taking hits after hits after hits with the backup situation we have on offensive line. And we've known about this backup situation on the offensive line for over and over and over. We saw the whole thing happen with the Atlanta game when we got Dak Prescott literally murdered because of a backup offensive line. So it's more than just they're bad and made Cooper Rush look bad or whatever. They're bad, and they can get Dak killed, thus getting Cooper Rush being put in a situation where he has to play better because of a bad offensive line, thus getting Cooper Rush killed, you know, the same sight that we saw before. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the fact that we don't have adequate depth at offensive line could be the thing that derails Jason Garrett. And I will be so upset because it happened in a game when he didn't react. And now in an off season, we haven't reacted adequately. Obviously. So we'll see. We'll see. That is the one thing. It's not a particular player. It's not anything. It's the offensive line, because failure at the offensive line will cause a series of failures afterwards. From the quarterback position, from the backup quarterback position, from hits on the quarterback, from a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. All right, guys, I'm going in there. I'm finishing up my I'm going to bring something back. A lot of people ask me to bring back Inside the USFL. What I used to do, I used to make highlights of our Madden League, the weekly web show or whatever. So I'm going to do that. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do that. And the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make a video in the morning, and I made my first 4 selections for my fantasy team, and I'm getting ready to make one in 30 minutes, and I'll make another one tonight sometime. So I should have 6 players on my Cowboys, on my Madden Cowboys. I should have 6 players, and I will reveal those players to you on that video in the morning and kind of get you familiar. Because if you guys aren't familiar with Connected Franchise, we've been doing it since Madden 11, so we're like freaking experts in this field, and we take it way too serious. And you know, when I say I play Madden, it's not like I just, you know, pick the game up every once in a while. The game is on all the time. I check my game. I go in there and check the game. I go in there and check who's won and all that kind of stuff. So I want to put all that stuff that I do naturally in videos so you can follow along with us, because it's highly entertaining, highly frustrating, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So look out for Inside the USFL, probably hosted by my man Stone Thrower. Some of you have already met him, and we'll move this thing forward. But as far as the Cowboys, that's the one thing that's bothering me. It's not any particular. It's not the safety. It's not the defensive tackle. It's not the tight end. It's what's going right there with our interior of our offensive line and our quarterback situation in case we lose Dak Prescott because of the offensive line. That's it. All right, guys. Holla at you. Talk to me below. I'll be here all day. Holla. Peace.